This is how me and my team have launched 27 Web3 MVPs in 11 months. That's right. In 2024, we've launched over 27 projects for our clients. In total, have been around 2.3 million users accumulated and around $51.9 million in funding raised for the startups that we've worked with, that we've helped. Okay. Now, this video is going to be going over exactly how we did that and how we're going to continue to do that in this bull run in 2025 and hopefully years to come. Okay. Now, this is going to be broken down into three components. Okay. These are the three components that you're going to find here below that I'm going to explain. It's going to be the proven 7-step process to build MVPs efficiently. Okay. So you see step 1, step 2. Then we're going to also provide real life examples of Web3 startups that we've worked with this year and past years as well, like Farcana, Galaxis, Spam, that have gotten amazing results. And then I'm going to show you tools and workflows that you can use to save time, keep your users happy, and guarantee that you get the results that you're looking for. Okay. Um, so let's dive into it. Step 1. First thing you always have to do, regardless, is always plan out your project. It's the foundation, it's the base level of the success of your MVP. So this is how you're going to do it. Okay, you don't need to go overly technical. You just want to start off with a non-technical PRD, right? Well, PRD is just a product requirements document or requirements document. Okay, that's where you're going to include everything that needs to be inside this MVP, everything that needs to be inside this project. You want to outline the goals, who are the users that you're targeting. Okay, define this really well, as detailed as possible. Who are you targeting? You want to include the key features that you want to have in your MVP. Remember to stick to key and essential features, must-haves, not extras. You're going to thank me for just going with the immediate things that you need instead of adding a ton of features that aren't needed at the beginning. Okay, and then the outcome that you're looking for, right, or the outcome that the users should get from your from using your product. Now, this is a very high level PRD, but it's going to help um, your dev team, which could be yourself, or maybe a friend, or the dev team that you hire, a freelancer. It's going to help them focus exactly on what they need to execute and not waste time thinking about what does this mean, what does that mean, asking you questions, what should I do here, what should I do there. It's very clear on this PRD. Okay. Then, if you want to get into the technical details, which you don't have to, right? You can rely on your dev for that, or if, let's say you work with me to build your project, with our team to build your project, we would put this together for you. You could leverage AI for it. Okay, so you can use a tool like ChatGPT that everybody nowadays knows how to use to make technical elements. Okay, so this could be user stories, database schema, API endpoints, tech stack recommendations, and so much more. You can literally add this to a ChatGPT prompt, and it's going to spit out a technical PRD, which then you can share with your dev team, for example. Okay. So yeah, here's the example prompt. Act as a senior technical PM. Help me plan whatever your project is. Tell them you want to include all of this in your PRD. Then obviously you can tweak the output, the final result with your team, with your dev, whatever it is to get it pitch perfect. Secondly, you need to design an amazing UI. Okay, it needs to be attractive. It needs to be easy to use, easy to understand. It makes an enormous difference. User experience. Just think of Apple. You know, Apple is probably the best company at user experience. Just so clean, so smooth, so modern, so sleek. You want to use it. So the easy way to do this, you don't need to be a designer. You don't need to hire a designer if you don't want to. Okay. Um, you need to first get inspiration. So websites like Dribble or Behance are great for this. They have a ton of different layouts, dashboards, workflows, user stories. Just choose a few that you like. I said choose 3, but you can choose more or less, usually more, that match what you're looking for your page. Okay. Now use AI again for ideation. Okay. So the best tool here is going to be vo.dev. Enter this prompt, create a dashboard similar to these designs, including, then you add the designs that you took from Dribble and Behance, so it can design a dashboard for you. And with this, you're going to start designing different pages in your website, right? You're going to use this prompt various times to design the different pages, different flows, and then you include this in your Figma. Okay, so this could be wireframes, component libraries, design tokens. Make sure everything is very clear so that developers can then implement the code from the design. Make sure you're defining all the color schemes there, the branding, the logos, the fonts that you want to use. Making sure you're using mobile and desktop design. Okay. So that's it for the design. With this, like I said, you could just use AI. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars for a designer, and you can create a great, amazing looking website. Step three, you want to do development. Okay. Now, like I said, best thing is obviously to get a professional team, professional dev to put everything together for you. But you can also do AI assisted coding nowadays with GitHub Copilot, Replit, um, VODev, like I mentioned above, Cursor. You can create boilerplate code for your dApp, for your smart contracts, for whatever sort of application you're looking to put together. Um, and and really just execute on it. It's going to take time. It's going to take hours. That's the hard way to do it. The easier way is to get that and give it to a dev, and put this all together. Make sure your dev is using AI, is leveraging AI, because, for example, a 2 week timeline can then be cut down into a 1 week or a few day timeline for that developer. So very important to vet, right? We all of us internally on our team, on our dev team, leverage AI tools to make sure we go as quick as possible, and that's what makes us able to get these insane results where we're building MVPs in a few weeks' time, where other dev teams would take months. So make sure either you're putting this together with AI or your dev team is. Okay. You want the workflow to be an iteration cycle, right? You want to get your feature, build it, push it out, get feedback, tweak it, change it, right? Depending on the data that the users give you. You want to stay agile. Trends change all the time in Web3. One day this is popular, the next day the other thing is popular. So you want to be ready for change. You want to be trying to identify these trends. Obviously, we work with dozens of Web3 projects, so we always know what the trend is. If we see out of nowhere 6 different people trying to ask us that they want to build, I don't know, AI meme coins, then we know that AI meme coins are in the trend now, and we let our other clients know that hey, we're seeing a big trend for AI meme coins. Okay. Um, Another tool that I mentioned before, Cursor AI. Okay, you want to leverage this to code and build out your dApp. You can even store your best prompts and your stack preferences inside a file called Cursor Rules. Just search up .cursor rules and you're going to get a guide there. And this will make your coding cycles be so much quicker, go so much quicker. Then you want to have proper project management. Okay, very important. So I'd recommend you set up a Notion workspace. You can use tools like a Notion project tracker. We have one that's very well templated, great explanation, great documentation, very well organized, and it works really well. We have 20, 30 projects that can work concurrently on it. So if you do want it, do message us to receive it for absolutely free, no cost, obviously. What we include: weekly goals, bloggers, upcoming features, to dos, to make sure that everything is optimized and everything is working as smoothly as possible. Then, obviously, in the project management, you also want to make sure that everybody is communicating, everything is aligned. We know what's happening between your team, your devs, your designers, social media. Everything needs to be aligned and on the same page. Okay. And step five, we like to call it the 2 week timeline. Compress it, compress it, compress it. It might seem at the beginning that you have to take 2 months, 3 months to get whatever you want to build done, but just keep shrinking it down. Just keep trying to push it to see what's possible. This is what we do. We strip away the unessential features. We only leave the must-haves. We leverage AI. We are very well organized and have extremely great project management to make sure we're always moving forward and nobody's ever blocked. And we have the proper planning, which was in step one. With this, we're able to stick to that 2 week timeline. This is what you want to aim for. So start with the design, plan the core features, build only the essential components with AI so that by day 6, we have a bare bones demo. That's what you want to aim for. Just a bare bones demo. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just the essential must have functionalities. Uh, just sort of a proof of concept to show that what you want to build works and is getting built, right? This is amazing. If you're able to in 6 days put together something um, that resonates and that replicates what you want to what you want to build in the end, that is the best thing you can do. Okay, then week two, you're just going to refine, expand on the core features, polish the UI, then prepare for the launch, doing proper QA and having all third-party integrations. Um, oh yeah, the secret weapon. On this day six, when you had the bare bones demo, you can leverage that to create insane amount of hype in your community, social media, or maybe if you want to look for investors, it can be used to secure investor interest. Step six, you want to make sure all the testing in QA is done. Don't want to get hacked. Don't want to get your project taken down. You need to get it tested. All different flows, all different situations. Here's a small checklist, just manually testing the core flows, mobile responsiveness, performance optimization, and then test its compatibility on different browsers. For blockchain specific QA, smart contract specific, you want to unit test, integration test, simulate different scenarios of what can happen and deploy it on a test net. Okay, very easy to do. See what happens, play around with it for a few days. Okay. And then step seven, you want to have the launch framework. Okay. So launching is not just about putting it out there, but it's making sure you have every step up to the launch planned out and knowing what's going to happen, knowing that you don't miss anything. Okay. Um, so it'd be great to have a admin dashboard when you launch so that you can monitor user activity, any admin tasks, any changes that you need to make. Tools like Retool or Superblocks are quite good for this. Analytics tool, try to have Google Analytics Mixpanel or something like Simple Analytics put into your web app so that you can track everything that's happening. Error monitoring, Sentry. We use Verso sometimes for the projects that we host initially. So they have built-in tools, so that you can debug and see what errors are happening within your application. Sentry is also amazing at this. And then you want to have that final checklist where you have all the small steps that you need to take before launching, making sure all the copywriting is correct, the logo is correct, your meta description is correct, it's on the right domain, uh, all these small little things. Having marketing materials and community channels ready to post about the deployment of the launch of the final product. Very important, very important. Okay. So here's just a quick list of startups that have used this framework that we put together over this past 2024, this past year. Real startups, real results. Galaxis, they ran a social farming campaign, 93K Twitter followers. BAM, they stayed around 6 months not being able to launch because of bugs in their code, and then we came in 20K in 1 week. Companion, they made 4.5 million in 55 minutes with an NFT collection. Started off with a Wix template. This year, AI Pepe, $100 million meme coin, less than 24 hours, it reached that market cap. Viking Vehu launched their token, and they had a sex listing in 30 days. Farcana, free NFT mint, went all the way up to 5K floor price. Billionaire, 14 days, launched $1 million ICO. Emerald, TVL, 180K in 2 days with their staking app. Conclusion seems pretty obvious. You do not need a massive team to build Web3 MVPs. What you need is the right AI tools that I mentioned before, solid processes, very clear communication, and a testing and launch plan. Okay, you need that testing and launch plan. Okay, now if you have an idea and you need a team to help you build your MVP, shoot us a DM, book a call. Obviously we're up to our necks right now in the bull run, but we can see if it's the right fit, if it makes sense, and partner up on a project to help you launch your Web3 MVP.